The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, number 42, special feature on Jed Marum&nbsp latest CD, Lonestar Stout, brought to you by Songhenge, the online archive of free and legal Celtic music downloads. About every month, you can download a zip file featuring a CD or two of free Celtic MP3s. Great music is now at your fingertips. Limited lifetime memberships are available at songhenge.com. Welcome to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. My name is Mark Gunn, and this is a special feature on Jed Marum&nbsp. I think it was in show number 38 that I released my solo CD, Irish Drinking Songs, The Cat Lover's Companion, to the podcast. And it was all based on an idea that I had heard about back in the 70s when DJs would play an entire album of, the latest artists. They'd play it on the air, and you get to listen to it and hear it cover to cover, and then make a decision if you want to buy that album. It's a test. This is still a test, and I want to find out if this test is beneficial, if it's going to be helpful. And Jed is willing to give it a shot and see if he can sell some more albums with this special test. Let me tell you a little bit about Jed. Jed's list of albums on Boston Road Records. Play regularly on folk, bluegrass, and Celtic radio programs around the world. And thanks to CDBaby, his music is distributed widely on all the major MP3 services. He plays American Celtic folk music with a strong bluegrass roots. His many original songs focus on the stories of family and immigrant ancestors, and he has a keen interest in history and the passing of culture from generation to generation. Those interests are reflected in his songwriting and song selection. Lonestar Stout is a collection of Irish favorites, as well as a couple of the Americanized versions of some old Irish songs. And you can find out more about Jed at jedmarum.com. But before we get started with that, let me throw out a few show notes. First off, Victims of Irish Music. Go pick up a copy of that. That is an instrumental compilation of Irish music, and it's a fantastic CD. I still am listening and loving it. You can go find that at CDBaby. There's a whole list of CDs actually you can get to CDBaby, and you can support independent Celtic music when you visit our Celtic music store on CDBaby. Just go to CelticMusicPodcast.com, click the link to buy Celtic CDs, then you'll be on your way to discovering some of the best music the net has to offer. The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast is on MySpace, myspace.com, Irish Celtic Music Podcast. And if you enjoy the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, you can subscribe to the Celtic MP3's music magazine as well. This monthly e-zine will link you to artists offering free Celtic music downloads. Just visit CelticMP3s.com. We're changing the way you hear Celtic music. And I guess that's about it. So let me get on with some music from Jed Marum&nbsp. And you can find the track listing for this CD at CelticMusicPodcast.com. And I'll be back in a moment. Here's Jed Marum&nbsp CD, Lonestar Stout.
In 1803 we sailed out to sea, out from the sweet town of Derry. We were Australia bound if we didn't all drown, and the marks of our feathers we carried. In rusty iron chains we cried for our wains, and our sweet wives we left there in sorrow. As the mainsails unfurled, our curses were hurled on the English and thoughts of tomorrow. I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. I cursed them to hell as our bow fought to swell, and our ship danced like a moth in the firelight. White horses rode high as the devil passed by, taking souls to Hades by twilight. 5 weeks out to sea, we were down to 43, and our comrades we buried each morning. We were in our own slime and lost in a time, endless night, without dawning. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Now Van Diemen's Land is a hell for a man to live out his life there in slavery, where the gun makes the law and the climate is raw, neither wind nor rain care for bravery. 20 years have gone by and I've ended me bond, and my comrade's ghost walked beside me. I'm a rebel, I came and I'll die just the same. On the cold wind of night you will find me. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. I wish I was back home in Derry. Now then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush me, buckled, hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon, with your pike upon your shoulder for the rising of the moon. For the rising of the moon, for the rising of the moon, with your pike upon your shoulder for the rising of the moon. Now then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. Near the old spot by the river, right well known to you and me. One more thing, a signal token, whistle up a marching tune, for the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, for the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. Out from many a mud-walled cabin, eyes were looking through the night. Many a manly heart was throbbing till blessed morning light. Cry arose along the river like some banshee's mournful croon, and 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, and 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. All along the shining river one black mass of men was seen, and above them in the night wind floated our immortal green. Death to every foe and traitor, onward strike with marching tune, and around me boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. 'Tis the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon, and around me boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. Well, they fought for dear old Ireland, and full bitter was their fate. What a glorious pride and sorrow fills the name of 98. But thank God even now our beating hearts in mankind's burning noon, who will follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, who will follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, who will follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon. As we gather in the chapel here, at old Kilmainham jail. I think about these past few weeks, or will they say we failed? Since our school days, they have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring around your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I share for these brave men, my love for this dear land. But when Paul Rick called me to his side down at the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed, to him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring around your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn as I walk out, my thoughts will be of you. And I'll write some words upon the wall so everyone will know I loved so much that I could see his blood upon the rose. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring around your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. It was down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair rode I. There Ireland's lines of marching men in squadrons passed me by. No pipe did thum and no battle drum did sound its dread tattoo, but the angel's bell or the Liffey swell rang out in the foggy dew. Right proudly high over Dublin town they hung out a flag of war. Oh, 'twas better to die 'neath an Irish sky than at Sula or Sula. And from the plains of Royal Meath strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's sons and their long-range guns sailing through the foggy dew. It was England bade our wild geese go, that small nations might be free. Their lonely graves are by Sula's waves, on the fringe of that grey North Sea. But had they died at Pierce's side, or fought with evil Laredo, their graves we would keep where the Fenians sleep, neath the hill of that foggy dew. All the bravest fell, and the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear. For those who died that Easter tide, in the springing of the year, while the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men and few who bore the fight that freedom's light might shine beneath the fog. List to my tale of a poor Irish harper, and scorn not the strings in these old withered hands, but remember these fingers could once move much sharper, to awaken the echoes of his dear native land. How I long for to muse on the days of my boyhood, though 83 years have fled by since then. Still it gives me sweet reflections, as every young joy should, that merry-hearted boys make the best of old men. At wake or at fair I would twirl my shillelagh, or trip through the jigs in me brogues bound with straw. Oh, and all the pretty fair maids in the village and the valley loved bold Felon Brady, the bard of Armaugh. Now when Sergeant Death's cold arms shall embrace me, lull me to sleep with sweet Erin go broad. By the side of my Kathleen, my own love, then place me, and forget Felon Brady, the bard of Armaugh. Oh, list to my tale of a poor Irish harper, and scorn not the strings in these old withered hands, but remember these fingers could once move much sharper to waken the echoes of his dear native land. As I walked out on the streets of Laredo, as I walked out on Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all wrapped in white linen, as cold as the clay. I see by your outfit that you are a cowboy. Words he did say as I boldly stepped by. Come sit down beside me and hear my sad story. Shot in the breast, now I know I must die. It was once in the saddle I used to go dashing. Once in the saddle I used to go gay. First down to the dram house and then to the card house. Got shot in the breast, now I'm dying today. Oh, beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. Play the dead march as you carry me along. Show me the green valley and lay the sod o'er me. I'm a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. My friends and relations, they live on the nation. They know not where their young cowboy has gone. I first came to Texas and hired to a ranchman. I am a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. Oh, beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. Play the dead march as you carry me along. Show me the green valley and lay the sod o'er me. I am a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. Go gather around you a crowd of young cowboys. Tell them the story of this my sad fate. Tell one then the other before they go further, to stop their wild roving before it's too late. Get 6 jolly cowboys to carry my coffin. Get 6 pretty maidens to sing me a song. Place bunches of roses all over my coffin. I am a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. Oh, beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. Play the dead march as you carry me along. Show me the green valley and lay the sod o'er me. I am a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. He was down at old Joe's barroom on the corner by the square. Well, the drinks were served as usual and the usual crowd was there. On my left stood Big Joe McKennedy, and his eyes were bloodshot red as he turned to the crowd around him. These were the very words that he said. You know, I went down to that St. James Infirmary just to see my baby there. She was stretched out on a long white table. She was so pale and so cold, so fair. Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she can search this whole wide world over, but she never find a man sweeter than me. Let her go, God bless her. wherever she may be. She can search this whole wide world over, but she never find a man sweeter than me. Now when I die, won't you bury me in my high-top Stetson hat? Put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain, so the gang will know I died standing pat. I want 6 crap shooters for my pallbearers, 6 pretty girls to sing me a song. Put a jazz band on my hearse wagon, we'll raise hell as we roll along. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. She can search this whole wide world over, but she never found a man sweeter than me. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. She can search this whole wide world over, but she never found a man sweeter than me. She never found a man sweeter than me. She never found a man sweeter than me. From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, for they say that you'll be taking the sunshine that has brightened our path for a while. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu, but remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who's loved you so true. From the east Texas plains and the valley, has the time come for you to depart? You return to your home on the Liffey, taking with you this poor cowboy's heart. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu, but remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who's loved you so true. Now through Marshall and all Grayson County, as the wind in the pines speaks your name, I remember my lost love in Dublin, and a song from this heart set aflame. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu, but remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who's loved you so true. From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, for they say that you'll be taking the sunshine that has brightened our path for a while. In a neat little town they call Belfast, apprentice to trade I was bound, and many easy hours, sweet happiness I spent in that neat little town, till bad misfortune o'ercame me and caused me to stray from the land, far away from my friends and relations, to follow that black velvet band. But her eyes, it shone like the diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land, and her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Well, now I was out strolling one evening, not meaning to go very far, when I met with a pretty young damsel, plying her trade in the bar. When a watch she took from a customer, and she slipped it right into me hand, and the law came and put me in prison. Bad luck to her black velvet band. But her eyes, it shone like the diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land, and her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Now next morning, before judge and jury, for trial I had to appear, and the judge, he said, "You young fellow, the case against you is quite clear. Now 7 long years is your sentence, you're going to Van Diemen's Land, far away from your friends and relations. Bad luck to her black velvet band." But her eyes, it shone like the diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land, and her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Now come all you jolly young fellows, I'd have you take warning by me. Whenever you're out on the liquor, me lad, beware of those pretty colleens, for they'll fill you with whiskey and porter until you're not able to stand, and the very next thing that you know, me lad, you've landed in Van Diemen's Land. But her eyes, it shone like the diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land, and her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Yes, her eyes, they shone like the diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land, and her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland at a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love that wild colonial boy. At the tender age of 16 years, he left his native home, and to Australia's sunny shores he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich and he helped the poor, he shot James McAvoy. A terror to Australia was that wild colonial boy. One morning on the prairie, as Jack he rode along, listening to a mockingbird sing a cheerful song. Up jumped 3 troopers, fierce and grim, Kelly, Davis, and Fitzroy. They all set out to capture him, that wild colonial boy. Surrender now, Jack Duggan, for you see we're 3, 2, 1. Surrender in the Queen's own name, for you are a plundering son. But Jack drew 2 pistols from his belt and fired upon Fitzroy. I'll fight, but not surrender, cried that wild colonial boy. He fired point blank at Kelly, and that brought him to the ground. He fired a shot at Davis too, who fell dead upon the sound. But a bullet pierced his proud young heart from the pistol of Fitzroy. And that is how they captured him, that wild colonial boy. Last night as I lay dreaming of pleasant days gone by, my mind being bent on rambling, to Ireland I did fly. I stepped on board a vision, and I sailed out with a will, till I gladly came to anchor at the cross of Spancil Hill. Enchanted by the novelty, delighted with the scenes wherein my early childhood I oftentimes have been. I thought I heard a murmur, and I think I hear it still. 'Tis that little stream of water at the cross of Spancil Hill. And to amuse my fancy, I lay upon the ground, where all my school companions in crowds assembled round. Now some have grown to manhood, while more their graves did fill. Oh, I thought we all were young again at the cross of Spancil Hill. It being on the Sabbath morning, I thought I heard a bell. O'er hills and valleys sounded in notes that seemed to tell that Father Dan was coming, his duty to fulfill, at the parish church of Clooney, just 1 mile from Spancil Hill. And when our duty did commence, we all knelt down in prayer, in hopes for to be ready to climb the golden stair. And when back home returning, we danced with right goodwill to Martin Molan's music at the cross of Spancil Hill. Being on the 23rd of June, the day before the fair, sure Aaron's sons and daughters, they all assembled there. The young, the old, the stout and the bold, they came to sport and kill. What a curious combination at the fair of Spancil Hill. I went into my old home, as every stone can tell. The old boreen was just the same, the apple tree over the well. I miss my sister Ellen and my brothers Pat and Bill. Sure, I only met strange faces at my home in Spancil Hill. I called to see my neighbours, to hear what they might say. The old were getting feeble, the young ones turning grey. I met with the tailor Quigley, he's as bold as ever still. Sure, he always made my breeches when I lived on Spancil Hill. I paid a flying visit to my first and only love. She's as pure as any lily, as gentle as a dove. She threw her arms around me, saying, Jed, I love you still. She is Mac, the ranger's daughter, and the pride of Spancil Hill. I thought I stooped to kiss her, as I did in days of yore. Says she, Jed, you're only joking, as you often were before. But the cock, he crew on the roost again, he crew both loud and shrill. And I awoke in California, far, far from Spancil Hill. And when my vision faded and the tears came in my eyes, in hope to see that dear old spot someday before I die, may the joyous King of angels his choicest blessings spill on that curious spot of nature on the cross of Spancil Hill. The ship it sails half an hour to cross the broad Atlantic. My friends are standing on the quay with grief and sorrow frantic. Now I'm just about to sail away on a good ship down O'Leary. Its anchors away and the gangway's up, I'm leaving Tipperary. And it's goodbye Mick, and it's goodbye Pat, and it's goodbye Kate and Mary. Anchors away and the gangway's up, I'm leaving Tipperary. Now the steam is blowing off, I have no more to say. I'm bound for New York City, boys, 3,000 miles away. In my portmanteau have I got some cabbage, beans and bacon. And if you think I can't eat that, well, that's where you're mistaken. Oh, the ship will play with pitch and toss for half a dozen fathoms. I'll roll me bundle on me back and I'll walk to Castle Gardens. And it's goodbye Mick, it's goodbye Pat, it's goodbye Kate and Mary. Anchors away and the gangway's up, I'm leaving Tipperary. Now the steam is blowing off, I have no more to say. I'm bound for New York City, boys, 3,000 miles away. Now fare thee well, old Erin dear, to part my heart does ache well. From Carrickfergus to Cape Clear, I've never seen you equal. Although to foreign ports we're bound, cannibals may eat us, we'll ne'er forget the holy ground of poaching and potatoes. It's goodbye Mick, and it's goodbye Cat, it's goodbye Kate and Mary. Anchors away and the gangway's up, I'm leaving Tipperary. Now the steam is blowing off, I have no more to say. I'm bound for New York City, boys, 3,000 miles away. Now won't I come that Yankee chat, I guess I'm calculating. Come liquor up, old sonny boy, with an old friend I am treating. I'm deep in love with Molly Burke, like an ass is fond of clover. I'll send for her when I get there, that's if she will come over. And it's goodbye Mick, now it's goodbye Pat, it's goodbye Kate and Mary. Anchors away and the gangway's up, I'm leaving Tipperary. Now the steam is blowing off, I have no more to say. I'm bound for New York City, boys, 3,000 miles away. When good St. Patrick banished snakes, he shook 'em from his garments. He never thought we'd go abroad to live upon such varmints. Now quit this land where whiskey brews, to wear the Yankee button. Take vinegar for mountain stew and toads for mountain button. And it's goodbye Mick, it's goodbye Pat, and it's goodbye Kate and Mary. Anchors away and the gangway's up, I'm leaving Tipperary. Now the steam is blowing off, I have no more to say. I'm bound for New York City, boys, 3,000 miles away. Da da dum da da dee dum da da dee dum da dee da da da. da 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 dilly-dum dilly-dum da dee da 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 dilly-dum da da dilly-dum da da dilly-dum da dee da 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 dilly-dum dilly-dum da dee da da da.
Beautiful CD, huh? Yeah, he's got great voice. I love his voice. I'm really pleased that he was willing to do this. We're never going to be able to play Enya on here. You're never going to play the Chieftains on here. You're never going to be able to play, quite likely, probably never be able to play Flogging Mollies or Gaelic Storm or Great Big Sea. These are great bands, but they're not able to, they get much more exposure, and this is not something that they're going to be able to do. It's a fantastic opportunity for the independent Celtic music artists like Jed here, and so I hope you'll consider supporting him. If you enjoyed this CD, please pick up your copy of it. And if you enjoyed it as well, you might check out his other CDs. He has a lot of other CDs on a wide variety of topics. I think his Scottish CD is quite popular as well, and he also has one. He does some stuff that's Confederate Irish music as well. So there's a nice mix of stuff there. But we're going to finish up the show, since I think I hit all the show notes. Yeah, next time we're going to come back with a regular episode of the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. And again, if you enjoyed what you heard, please do pick up a copy of the CD. And we're going to finish up with a song called Soul of a Wanderer. It's a song he wrote, and it's from a CD, The Soul of a Wanderer. It's going to appear on an upcoming documentary film called Blood Dawn, the Lawrence Massacre. The film was made for the PBS and History Channel markets, and it will also feature his song Sarah's Mountain Time, which is his version of Wild Mountain Time, and it should be out actually this fall. So check out his website, jedmarum.com, and of course check out our website at celticmusicpodcast.com. Just go over there and you can find links to purchasing this CD. And of course that does help the podcast. I don't emphasize that because I'd rather you support the artists in the way that they can, the most money that they'll make. Jed, of course, he sells the CDs through CDBaby. So this is a great opportunity for him. So go on over to jedmarum.com, pick up his CDs, and again, visit us, celticmusicpodcast.com. Here is Soul of a Wanderer from Jed Marum. Thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Sláinte.
He was born to be an ordinary man, the soul of a wanderer had he. He passed by and she caught him by the hand. She'd the heart of an angel and the wings of a dove. He turned round and she answered his embrace. A little more than children were they. He gave her sons, strong and fine sons, 1, 2, 3. Real treasure he passed to them, their mother loved did he. She gave to him her love, and as the years passed by, they'd sail the heavens above. The soul of a wanderer and the wings of a dove. A wanderer roams, though he's bound to land dove she glides from tree to shore. But when they wed, they fly as far as they can see. Together they know no bounds, they cross the heavens soar. She gave to him her love, and as the years pass by, they'd sail the heavens above. The soul of a wanderer and the wings of a dove. He's just an ordinary man, returning as ever to her door. He kisses her face and he rolls her in his arms, kisses he's given her 10,000 times before. Give to him her love, and as the years pass by, he thanks the heavens above. The soul of a wanderer and the wings of a dove. The soul of a wanderer and the wings of a dove.